Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet one of the most respected federal litigators in the country. Nick Oberheiden is in the studio. His incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, it seems that Dallas-Fort Worth is home to all attorneys. There's one on every single street corner. But if it's a huge case, if it's a national security case or an espionage case, you turn to my next guest. Nick Oberheiden is in the studio. Thanks for coming on the show.
Jeff, good to be with you.
Absolutely. Well, we had the pleasure of working together a decade ago, and we just got reconnected by happenstance, and I invited you on the show, and I'm honored to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Well, tell me your journey. You've been practicing now for 20 years.
That's right. As you may be able to tell from my accent, I did not grow up in Texas. And the journey that you are referring to was not something I planned out in a small little town in Western Germany. But yes, I have been practicing federal litigation for 15 plus years, built a law firm out of Dallas, and we have spread quite a bit across the country.
Well, I'm so impressed with the dream team. I can't think of another firm in the country that has assembled so much talent. We're going to pull up your website, and as we slowly scroll down your website, I mean, these are household names. Look at some of these names. How have you been able to attract the best and the brightest?
Again, something I didn't plan step by step. But I'm very honored to have the former CIA Director, Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of State, the former Speaker of the House, former Congressional Chairman Trey Gowdy, John Ratcliffe, the current CIA Director, just left, obviously, to take the position with the CIA. So we've built a good team, and it was really a relationship building and a little bit of coincidence here and there. I did not grow up and thought that I would practice in Texas and have 2 current or former CIA directors working with me in my Texas-based law firm.
And I know a lot of the cases you work on are extremely confidential, but can you describe the kind of work you do?
Well, a lot of my practice focus right now is national security, which means I went through an extensive background check by various government agencies, and I'm limited about how much I can share. But in a nutshell, these cases all contain information that cannot be shared and with the public and with unvetted attorneys. So my process took almost 2 years to get the necessary clearance, and in many cases these situations involve clients who are under investigation to have taken or stolen information that could be beneficial to a foreign country, typically an enemy and adversary of the United States.
And these are very complex cases, so it takes a very special attorney to be able to handle these. Do you have a favorite memory over the past 20 years?
There are many cases. I remember representing a very well-known public official, and he was so scared to meet with an attorney that we ended up meeting in a hotel room in Hawaii, and for 8-9 hours, and I only saw him walking in with sunglasses and a baseball cap. These are just a little bit of unreal moments, surreal moments. And then there are cases where I feel I not just helped my client improve the client situation, but with my limited means as an attorney, made a substantial difference to the security of the American people in the United States.
Wow, and you're so successful, you turn down more cases than you accept. What makes for a good case in your mind?
A good case is where a client is confronted with an enormous challenge for which there are not many lawyers that could help the client. And we feel with a team of many former FBI agents, former Secret Service agents, former DOJ officials, and then obviously the A-list of former public officials, that we have the expertise to help this client in this very often dangerous situation.
Sure, and you're a humble guy, so I don't expect you to brag on yourself, but I can. So I have to imagine you're so well regarded that when the other side sees that you're on the case, they know that they have a fierce adversary.
I don't know, fierce. My quite frankly, my approach is what I call determined advocacy, where I want to be polite, I want to be respectful, I want to be collegial, but still I need to get a job done for a client in a difficult situation. I think in this context, the biggest compliment I can possibly think of is that many people who are on the other side met me in courtrooms or elsewhere, have subsequently hired me, federal prosecutors, FBI agents, DEAs, Secret Service agents, White House officials, to help them whenever they had to face a legal problem.
What's it like when you get a great outcome? What does that feel like?
Well, for the most part, I work without applause, so I can't share and celebrate the outcome like some of my colleagues can if they won a big personal injury case and got a big verdict and it's public, and that's really not my line of business. To me, it's really kind of celebrating and solemn conclave and enjoying it with the team members that have made a difference and helped on the case.
And you've done hundreds and hundreds of interviews over the years. One of them that I'm particularly drawn to is this nice feature story in D Magazine. Do you like being called a unicorn?
I do not. However, I have 3 young daughters, and in my household, there are many, many unicorns. So I don't know where the description exactly came from, but given my household situation with the daughters, I thought it was rather funny and a compliment.
And you're really quick on your feet. I remember a decade ago when we were working together, I could put you out on pretty much any story, and it didn't matter what they asked you. You handled it with ease. Does doing interviews with the media come natural?
I don't know. I think my real expertise fits on the back of a stamp. But if I did a good job, I'm happy you liked it. I hope the audience liked it. But yes, we had some important and fun cases that we worked together and commented.
Absolutely. You create a lot of videos, so you're a content machine. I found one that I really like. Let's go ahead and roll this.
Presenting complex legal issues in simple terms, so that an audience of non-lawyers can follow and participate in the discussion, is the hallmark of media legal commentary. I'm attorney Dr. Nick Oberheiden. I have written extensively about questions of U.S. constitutional law, FBI and White House matters, litigation, trial procedures, and international law, published several books in different languages, and presented lectures on these topics on 4 continents. Most of my cases as a lawyer involve government investigations, and I have been on the forefront of numerous cases involving the White House, represented diplomats, a sitting U.S. governor, and high-level Justice Department officials, to name just a few. I had the pleasure of sharing my legal viewpoints in over 1,000 radio shows, national and local TV, and hundreds of newspapers in the United States, South America, and Europe, including the Wall Street Journal, Forbes magazine, the Los Angeles Times, USA Today, and many more.
And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, you're working with these world-renowned names, former CIA directors. What's that like?
It's an incredible honor to work with the former Secretary of State, former CIA director, and there's so much to learn from. It's not just the experience of a former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. It's not just the experience they bring in as a public official, but just the cases, the situations they have faced throughout their career. There's so much to learn, and I'm incredibly proud that they have all decided to join my firm out of the many law firms that are out there, and it's incredibly rewarding and honoring.
Well, your success certainly doesn't surprise me. Final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
Well, I hope you never need to call me, but if you do, the one thing that's perhaps a little unique, other than the composition of the firm, is we want to be really customer and client based. So at my firm, we don't have junior associates, we don't have paralegals, we don't have even secretaries. So everyone that comes to us, we believe, deserves a high-level experienced senior attorney. And if for whatever reason I can help you with your case in the future, I would be happy to speak with you at your convenience.
Outstanding. Great show. His website is going to be very easy to remember. Let's put it on the screen. It's attorneynick.com. What a great show. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. The great Dr. Nick Oberheiden. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.